Thank you, Mark. It's very good to be here. I should say it's very good to be back here. And as you know, the UK's commitment to NATO is stronger than ever because the need for NATO is stronger than ever. And we've had a very good and productive discussion today on how we can meet the rising threats that Russia poses across our continent, including the situation, of course, in Ukraine. Now, a couple of weeks ago, as you know, I was in Kyiv. I saw residential buildings destroyed just days before. I met soldiers in the ICU recovering from really terrible burns. And I met children whose parents are out there now on the front line. And it's yet another reminder that this is a war not just in Ukraine, but a war on Ukraine against those children and their futures. And that's why together we stand with them. We are all working to end this war. But let's be absolutely clear. Peace will come through strength. And we must do all that we can to support Ukraine's defence. And that means stabilising the front line, providing the kit and training that they need. And that's why this year the UK will give more military support to Ukraine than ever before. We need to see all allies stepping up, particularly in Europe. President Trump has threatened more sanctions on Russia, and it's clear that that's got Putin rattled. We know that he's worried about the state of the Russian economy. So I'm here to work with our European partners on keeping up the pressure, targeting the energy revenues and the companies supplying his missile factories to crush Putin's war machine. Because ultimately, alongside our military support, that is what will bring peace closer. And we must keep working together to bolster NATO. And as you say, things that would have provoked utter outrage just a few years ago have now become almost commonplace. Russian spy ships loitering off the British coast, a campaign of sabotage across Europe, cyber attacks, election interference, and attempted assassinations. Russia is seeking to destabilise our continent and target our values. So we should still be outraged, and we must harden European defence. In the UK, we're proud to be a leading NATO ally, part of the forward land forces, helping to police our skies and patrol our seas. Our defence spending is, of course, 2.3% of GDP now, and we're working hard to set the path to 2.5. And NATO's plans and requirements, as well as the principle of NATO first, will be at the heart of our strategic defence review this year. Across Europe, we must shoulder more of the burden now, because it's our burden to carry. Now, that's what I'll be discussing at the EU Council this evening. We want to deliver an ambitious UK-EU security partnership to bolster NATO, covering military technology and R&D, improving the mobility of forces across Europe, protecting our critical infrastructure, and deepening our industrial collaboration to increase defence production. We can't be commentators when it comes to matters of peace on our continent. We must lead, and that's what I'm determined that we will do. Thank you so much, Mark.